Boom, hey my friends, Cameron Malcolmson here, and in this one we're going to be talking about the Epiphany Bridge and this little drawing here. If you think it's kind of funny, I kind of think it's funny, but we'll go with it for now, and hopefully you can understand this concept that I'm trying to get across to you here. So when we started off, we didn't know much about the Technobabble. So kind of like, for my online space, say, or internet marketing, or whatever your niche is, there's going to be like certain phrases and words that you'll use that you might be familiar with, that your people coming in that might not be familiar with. So an example of this would be traffic conversions and copywriting and sales funnels and all this here. So that's kind of like Technobabble that people will just blank out to, and you're trying to talk to them in Technobabble and they'll not really understand. So this is kind of like Technobabble. Alright, so when we start to really learn about what our niche is and we start learning this Technobabble, we've moved from when we didn't know the Technobabble to the logical side, where we go and learn everything and we're excited about it. We want to know everything about it, and then we learn all the logic behind it, and then we try and tell our friend about it when we're talking about the logic and all the Technobabble. And they were like us when we started. They just don't get it. They don't get the Technobabble. It kind of just goes over their head, and you have to really go back over the bridge and think about what was that emotion that made you give you that desire to go over the bridge and learn all the logic side of it and learn the Technobabble. And this is called the Epiphany Bridge. So when we try and talk about our product or service in the Technobabble, no one really gets it unless they have had the epiphany themselves and already know the logic and geeked out about it themselves. So the idea of the Epiphany Bridge is to go back to the emotion where you got that emotion that made you go, I really want to learn about that more. And then you want to kind of talk about it to people the way, the epiphany that you had, so that they can have the same kind of epiphany and get emotionally attached to have the same emotion that you had when you crossed the bridge and started to learn the Technobabble. So then when they come across the bridge, they'll possibly learn the Technobabble as well. So this is kind of called the Epiphany Bridge, and you want to go back to when you had that epiphany yourself. So something you want to keep in mind when you're maybe publishing and talking about things is using kind of like bridges. So when you come across a new concept, say it's like a sales funnel, you say a sales funnel, it's kind of like, and then you say what they understand, someone who sells for you round the clock 365 days a year, 7 days a week without asking for a day off. That's kind of like a sales funnel, and you want to use these kind of like bridges when you're talking about your products or services. And if you catch yourself talking about Technobabble, you want to go to a kind of like bridge and go back to something that people will understand. Now there is a kind of like bridge script in the book below, and this here book I use it all the time now, and I've read it now twice, and it's only really since it was really showed out to me that I really got that concept of using Epiphany Bridge. And what you're going to want to do is kind of use this script which goes over your structure on how you should go about writing and publishing and doing videos and stuff like that there. to really give other people the epiphany that you had whenever you discovered it, and it's going to clear up all that technobabble, and it's going to give you something to really follow each time you go to do some publishing on one of your platforms, whatever platform you chose. This book I use all the time, so if you want to find out more exactly on the Epiphany Bridge script, it is on page 115, and when you're going to do your publishing, make sure and go to page 115 and just break it down on exactly what you're going to write out or what you're going to say and stuff like that there. And the more and more you do it, the more you'll just remember it in the top of your head, and you'll just go through it in that sort of order. I'll just talk you through the order here. I'll maybe put it up on the screen for you, and you can maybe take a screenshot. And if you go to do some publishing, you kind of want to go off of this structure. Alright my friends, so this is what you're going to kind of want to go for. You're going to want to start off with a backstory and build rapport and all that there, and then you're going to want to kind of talk about internal and external desires. Then you'll talk about the wall. What was the situation that you were in at that time? Then what was the epiphany that you had, and then the plan to achieve that there, and then the conflict on that journey, and then the achievement and transformation. Now when you take like a 10,000 foot overview of this here, you kind of want to deliver your stories, because this is storytelling and this is kind of how you sell. And if you really want to dive deep into it, I highly suggest getting the book below and really diving into it yourself. But this is kind of what way you want to go about this. You want to start off and go through it and check off these here, but in the book it will go into a way more detail than what I can explain to you in this video. But the book is free, you just need to cover shipping and handling. Have a great one. See you there.